Friends, we've been at this for a little under a year now, and it pleases me to announce we are at 50 subscribers. And I couldn't be more grateful. You know, we kicked off the channel in earnest last May with a Fallout 4 series focusing on a raider build called Hefty Satchel. And subsequently, we moved on to, I think, 3 more series within the Fallout 4 universe focusing on other characters that I had made. Now, following that, we got into a series called Fuzz. It was a parody of the television show Cops, and of course we used Grand Theft Auto 5 to achieve that, and I had a lot of help from my online friends. Now after that, we got into Battlefield 1, which remains, to date, probably my favorite series, because it was so rooted in World War I history, which I am very passionate about. And you could probably pick up on that if you had watched the series. And of course, most recently, we've gotten into Outlast, which I have dubbed Liberal Outlast because we've made the protagonist a bleeding heart liberal reporter, just to inject some humor into the whole ordeal. And that's been a blast too. And while it's always big fun to play these games and upload these videos, I love that phrase, big fun. It's altogether humbling to receive feedback, be it a comment or a like, and I'm eternally grateful that you guys and girls would take time out of your days to watch my little videos. I never presumed that I would have 50 subscribers, but I guess I do, hence the video, right? And in terms of the video footage that we're seeing, it is in fact of Hefty Satchel, my raider build for Fallout 4. And if you watched his series, it kind of left off with the impression that he had died. And then if you watch the subsequent Fallout series, there was one episode where Bryker went to the grave of Hefty Satchel, and there was no body there, and that wasn't like a Christ arisen kind of play. It was in fact something that had been alluded to earlier, that Hefty was indeed a synth, and that so he was alive and well out there somewhere. And so he is, and I guess we're just kind of catching up with him now. And while this footage plays, I want to engage in a Q&A.
It's too risky to have.
But see, I'm not really prepared, you know, question-wise.
No big deal. Might kill them.
Saturday night, I had 38 subscribers, and here we are on Monday, and suddenly I have 50. And I don't know what transpired between Saturday and Monday, but I'll take it. But as a consequence, I didn't really have time to prepare questions, and I didn't have time to ask people to submit questions. So the way I'm going to go about this is I'm going to pull questions from a random interview, questions posed to a Playboy model. And, you know, maybe these questions won't quite work for this format, but the ones that do, I'll just go ahead and answer to the best of my ability. So first question. When did your modeling career begin? And you know, we'll exchange modeling for YouTube. And I would answer by saying it's not a career, and it began in earnest last May. Prior to that, I did have a YouTube account, I just didn't upload on a regular basis. Next question. Do you have a boyfriend? No, I don't have a boyfriend. But if we were to change that to girlfriend, I don't have a girlfriend either. That would cause issues with my wife. So I do my best to avoid having a girlfriend, or a boyfriend for that matter. What do you look for in the opposite sex? Well, if I were looking, I would say anatomy. That is what I would look for or at. Next question. Well, actually, the next question I'm going to skip. Fifth question. What is your favorite position? I would argue that my favorite position is prone. I find that if you stand for too long, it gets tiresome, and even sitting for extended periods of time can play hell on your back. I also think that prone is possibly the most comfortable position when trying to sleep. I think that going prone is the most effective course. Next question. What is your favorite shooting location? And while a lot of people might say the cranium, I would argue the torso. It's a larger target, and so you just fire 2 at the torso, and then you appraise the situation afterward. The next question is, do you exercise? And let's see, I exercise my rights. I do that. Right to bear arms, freedom of speech. So yes, in fact, I do exercise. The next question we're gonna skip as well. It's whether or not I wax. I don't. Hefty might. I mean, it looks as if he doesn't have a hair on his chest. So yeah, maybe he does, but no, I don't do that. I almost wonder if I should continue along this line, because I'm not seeing any more questions that really, that are applicable to our situation here. So maybe we'll forego the rest of the Playboy questions, and we'll move on to acknowledgments. And I'd like to acknowledge Brylight 35. You were probably, you were without a doubt the first person to comment on my channel, and so there'll always be a special place for you, sir. You got the ball rolling for me. You were that first feedback. Mark Jackson, man, through you, I've met so many other YouTubers, content creators, be it Manny Faces, Noisy Boy, I've been watching Odd Noble, Sparracus most recently, Snugs, and so I'd be remiss not to mention Mark Jackson, because while you upload quality content yourself, you have been a veritable gateway for me to a plethora of other content creators who I immensely enjoy. And then there's my real world friends that, and I don't really advertise my YouTube channel on my Facebook or anything like that. So maybe I'm depriving myself a generous helping of additional subscribers, but at the same time, I'm sparing myself the quiet judgment of those that'll never be able to wrap their heads around the gaming community. When it comes to real world friends, I have to mention, and I won't say first and last names, hell, I work under a pseudonym, so I'm not going to throw you under the bus, but Jared, I mean, you've known me my entire life, so too with my brother, obviously, and my nephews, my wife. And considering that I don't advertise to my circle of friends, I was altogether surprised, pleasantly surprised, when in a conversation with my buddy Kyle on Facebook, he said, kind of out of the blue, "By the way, I'm loving your YouTube channel." And I spoke to him on the phone that night, and I asked, "How the hell do you know about my channel?" And he said, "Xbox Live, man. You have it in your description under your profile." And indeed I do, and that brings me to an entirely different arena from which I've drawn a few subscribers. So I've got to mention some of you guys, be it Black Widow, who recently you changed your name, but I'm keeping up with you, pal, and Contented Cider, Mossad Covert, Zombie Wolf. The fact that you guys put up with me on Xbox Live and still managed to watch my videos on YouTube, well, that says a lot. And I appreciate you taking the time. Now, even if you and I have never spoken on any format, and for some reason you still watch my videos, I thank you. Certainly not all of my subscribers are people that I've interacted with in the past. And again, that just kind of blows me away. So yeah, going back to that Q&A posed to that Playboy model, there's another question. What are your goals for 2017? And I can answer that one. Let's go ahead and set a subscriber goal. I hope that we can reach 51 subscribers in the fiscal year of 2017. So let's see if we can hit that mark, folks. Let's give it the honest try. Anyhow, in terms of what you're going to see on this channel, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I do know that after Liberal Outlast, I'll be presenting a different franchise, one that I've long been obsessed with. You know, I was obsessed with World War I, and so I feel like the Battlefield 1 series was just perfect for me. It's something I was passionate about. Well, so is this. I mean, hell, I've got the board game, I played UFO Defense, and so I'd be downright stupid not to share a playthrough of XCOM 2 with you. After all, I can name the soldiers after my subscribers, and I will do just that. So yeah, you know, as always, if you like this video, and if you are subscribed, I will talk to you soon, friends. Thanks for watching.